You're traveling through the unknown, a journey beyond the corners of reality, where the shadows whisper and the chill runs deep. Welcome to the dimension where your deepest fears are given form. This is the Midnight Mystery.
Welcome to the Midnight Mystery. Today's episode is called I Survived Jigsaw's Trap. In each episode, we delve into the shadowed corners of our existence, bringing you tales of the eerie, the uncanny, and the downright terrifying. From the realms of the supernatural to the depths of the human psyche, no stone is left unturned, no dark secret left hidden. As the clock once again draws near midnight, prepare to embark on another adventure into the uncanny, the eerie, the horrifying, the Midnight Mystery.
In the shattered mirror, I saw the reflection of a man I hardly recognized. Ethan, a mere shell, consumed by the gnawing grip of addiction. My eyes, once vibrant and full of life, now held a vacant stare. I was estranged from my family, unable to break the heavy shackles that bound me to a life of despair and self-loathing. My wife, Lily, and daughter, Sophie, had once been the beacon of light in my darkness, but my incessant drug use had driven them away. The heartbreak in their eyes was unbearable, yet I chose the numbing embrace of narcotics over their warm, loving care. I often wondered why I let myself spiral into this abyss, why I chose this path that led me farther from the people I cherished the most. It was an agonizing cycle, a constant chase for ephemeral bliss that always left me empty, craving more, and destroying everything beautiful in my life. One eerie night, as I stumbled towards my dilapidated apartment, I found a mysterious envelope lying on the cold concrete doorstep. The chilling wind rustled the leaves as I cautiously picked up the envelope. My trembling hands tore it open to reveal a tattered note with sinister words scribbled in a hasty scrawl. "I want to play a game." My heart pounded against my chest, adrenaline surging through my veins, overshadowing the influence of any drug I'd ever consumed. Before I could process the ominous message, a figure shrouded in darkness emerged, wearing a grotesque pig mask. My pulse quickened, and a cold sweat broke on my forehead. I attempted to flee, but the figure swiftly closed the gap, its gloved hand gripping a syringe filled with an unknown substance. With a forceful jab, the needle pierced my flesh, injecting a cold, paralyzing liquid into my veins. My world spun, and darkness enveloped me, dragging me into the abyss. As I plummeted into unconsciousness, the haunting thoughts of my abandoned family echoed in my mind. Images of Lily's tear-streaked face and Sophie's disappointed gaze flashed before my closed eyes. Was this the end of my despondent journey, or the beginning of a more horrifying chapter? I wake up to a chilling darkness, my head throbbing from the injection. Panic sets in as I realize my arms and legs are bound to a cold, mechanical chair in a grim, dimly lit room. My heart races. I can't move. Above the hum of a generator, I hear a faint ticking. My eyes dart around frantically, adjusting to the dim light. I notice an apparatus fixed to my head. It's a terrifying helmet-like device, cold metal spikes pointing inward towards my skull. A timer is connected to it, the numbers rapidly counting down. A voice crackles through an old speaker, gravelly and unfamiliar, but somehow oddly calming in the midst of my panic. It's Jigsaw. "Hello, Ethan. I want to play a game," the voice says. My breath catches in my throat as I listen to the instructions. I must solve a series of puzzles, each related to my painful past and the hurt I had inflicted on myself and others through my irresponsibility and addiction. The final test, removing my own arm, or the device will close on my head when the timer runs out. Tears well in my eyes. Memories flash before me. My daughter's laughter, my wife's gentle touch, all overshadowed by the haze of my addiction. I solve the puzzles, one by one, each a harsh mirror reflecting the damage I've done, the relationships I've shattered. I'm forced to face the heartache, the letdowns, and the broken promises, a parade of my own failures. Time ticks away, my breath shallow and rapid. I'm now faced with the final task, my arm shackled, a blade presented before me. The brutal confrontation with my past has left me desperate to survive, to change, to make things right. The value of life, of love, of connection, comes rushing into focus, crashing against the walls I'd built around myself. With trembling hands and tears streaming down my face, I grasp the blade. The cold metal feels heavy. My heart pounds in my ears, drowning out the relentless ticking of the timer. The decision lays before me, terrifying and final. I think of my daughter, of the love and laughter that once filled my life. I yearn to hold her, to mend the broken bonds, to rebuild the life I had demolished. The need to survive, to change, becomes a deafening roar within my mind. I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and make the cut. The pain is searing, unbearable, cutting away through flesh and muscle until I reach the bone. The seconds tick by, each one an eternity. I have to break the bone. I stand on my forearm and force it upwards, snapping the bone in two. I completed the horrific task. My detached arm lays on the ground. My scream echoes through the dim room as I free myself from the trap. As the metal device unhinges and falls to the ground with a loud clank, I slump in the chair, exhausted and in agony, but alive. The realization washes over me. Despite the horrific ordeal, a spark of hope ignites within the depths of my despair. The chance for redemption, for reconciliation with my family, for recovery from the chains of addiction, gleams like a beacon in the darkness of the night. The room was silent now, except for my labored breathing. The pain was immense, but a feeling of victory surged within me. I had faced the darkness of my past, confronted the worst parts of myself, and come out on the other side. With immense effort, I managed to stand, my legs shaky. I limped towards the only door in the room. With a push, it opened to reveal a corridor dimly lit by a single bulb. As I walked, every step was a reminder of the painful choices I had made, but also of my will to change, to be better. Outside, the early morning sun was beginning to rise, casting a warm orange glow over the horizon. I took a deep breath, the fresh air filling my lungs, erasing the suffocating darkness of the room behind. A nearby payphone caught my attention. Picking up the receiver, I dialed the one number I remembered by heart, my wife's. The phone rang once, twice, then a familiar voice answered. "Lily?" My voice trembled, tears forming in my eyes. "Ethan?" Her voice was filled with disbelief and worry. "Where are you? What happened?" "I can't explain everything now," I replied, trying to maintain my composure. "But I've realized how wrong I was, how much pain I caused. I want to come back, to make things right, if you'll have me." Silence followed. It felt like an eternity. Then Lily whispered, "We've missed you, Ethan. Come home." The weight that had been pressing down on me began to lift. With Lily's words, hope began to blossom. My past mistakes and the trauma of the trap became stepping stones, guiding me toward a new beginning. The sun shone brighter, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves as I limped my way further. The days following my escape were a blur of hospitals, pain, and whispered conversations. Despite the agony and the fresh scars that adorned my body, an indescribable warmth filled my heart as I stepped through the front door of my home after so long. Lily's embrace and the tentative hug from my daughter Sophie carried a healing power stronger than any medication. "I'm so sorry for everything," I whispered, holding them close, tears mingling with theirs. "It's okay, Dad." Sophie's soft voice broke the silence. "We're just glad you're back." With the support of my family, I began the grueling path of rehabilitation for my addiction. It was a harsh journey, littered with the debris of my past decisions, but with each day, I actively worked to repair the damage, both to my life and the lives of those I held dear. I understood the bizarre and terrifying experience as a perverse second chance at life. Despite its horror, JIGSAW'S trap inadvertently steered me onto a path of healing and recovery. Months later, sitting in a circle of chairs at a support group meeting, I shared my unnerving experience. Faces of strangers, each battling their own demons, listened intently to the tale of horror, pain, and redemption. And despite the terror and agony, the trap forced me to confront the destruction I had brought upon myself and my loved ones, I said, my voice steady. It paved a painful path to a new beginning. The group was silent as I concluded my story, their eyes filled with a mix of horror and empathy. After the meeting, many approached, offering words of support and understanding, their own stories of despair and redemption echoing in my ears. As I stepped out into the cool night air, a sense of peace settled within me. The haunting memories of the trap and the pain of my past would always linger, but the love of my family and the newfound appreciation for life shined brighter, illuminating the path of recovery and redemption. Despite the horror and torment that marked my journey, hope blossomed, a delicate flower in the midst of ruins, symbolizing the enduring human spirit's ability to heal, recover, and ultimately, to love once again.
I hope you enjoyed our episode. I'd like to extend a heartfelt thanks to you, our brave listeners. Your presence in this shared journey into the unknown is what fuels our stories. Your fascination is our motivation. Did this episode send chills down your spine? Then leave your comments, your thoughts and theories, your own midnight mysteries. Your feedback is the beacon that guides us through the uncharted territories of our stories. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to our channel. By joining the Midnight Mystery family, you won't miss out on a single chilling tale. As a subscriber, you'll be the first to know when a new episode lurks around the corner, ready to pull you back into the shadowy depths of the unknown. This is the Midnight Mystery signing off, leaving you with a simple reminder. When the clock strikes 12, fear the silence, for that's when our tales come to life. Good night, Midnight listeners, and remember, not all who wander into the dark are lost.